Hey everyone, it's Young Skeleton here again, and today's video is gonna be about vision cards with a vision ability. So first of all, let's talk about Exorcists, and I'm only gonna gloss over it because it's a limited card, people can't get it anymore, so there's not a lot of reason to talk about it since people like if you got it, you got it. If you didn't, you didn't get it. I'm sorry. But I think this card is very good. Um, for Odoa especially, it buffs Odoa quite a lot. But even if you're not using it with Odoa, you still get defense penetration, and the party gets slash resistance penetration. And it gives a very good vision ability that can transform any greatsword user into a raid unit just because it has this 3-hit combo. And it picks up the element of whoever's casting, lowering evasion. It's good for PvP, PvE, and it has good range. Not amazing, but okay. Uh, Race AP, very good. A lot of attack. So maybe in the future, if you have Odoa, definitely pull this. If you really like soldiers and Super Stern, I still recommend this card. So maybe next Halloween you can try to get it. What else? Let's go to the next card, the one that you can currently get it. And this card is very good, but very niche in my opinion at least. It has good magic, good amount of dexterity actually, pretty good HP too, but you get 10% magic at max, and you get area of attack resistance for your body. And here you get for Ildira extra water attack, quite like a very substantial amount of extra damage. Uh, and here you also get this Holy Knight Spurge. As soon as I get this card to 2 stars, level 70 or whatever, I'm gonna try to use this card in a video for PvP so you guys can see it. I'm very excited. I think this card is I think this card is really good. And the reason why I pulled it was because of this. I don't have War Machine or Death Machine. I think it's Death Machine. Yeah, I don't have the Final Fantasy 1 Esper slash card. So I wanted to get this because I've been getting pretty owned by AoE attacks. What else? Do I recommend this card? Kinda. If you have Ildira and you use her a lot or you wanna use her more, this might be a pretty good incentive. The art's really cool, and like, there's nothing bad about this card. It's just a really solid card. And even if you don't want to use Ildira, maybe you for sure can use this with Little Leela, and you can also use this for units that, like Mashari, need better attack options. So you're giving Mashari another skill with 2 casts. I'm not sure if this picks up the element of whoever's casting. I would believe so, but I don't want to give you guys misinformation. It is the case with Exorcists, but I don't know if that's gonna be consistent. Um, but yeah, I do recommend it if you will want to use like if you're already using or want to use even more Ildira, Halloween Leela, or even Mashri. So let's go for the next card because oh yeah, these two are on global only. Right now they're global. They're the only two on global, and the next cards are cards that are also on JP. So it's gonna be like a preview, so you guys can plan and maybe know what you want to pull for or not. This card is the most recent, has just been released on JP, and it's a card that's uh, it looks like especially designed for Rob, but I think that, and that's one thing that I wanted to talk about, like that I kind of lost over with these two cards. Even if you're not getting the full benefit of the card, sometimes it is worth to use it like this. Like even if you're using it with Halloween Leela and you're not getting this, let's say wind attack because it's water attack for Elvira, but let's pretend it would give wind attack for Leela. Even if you're not getting like extra damage for Leela, uh, you're still getting like 10% magic. This very good skill, and the party effect that's very good. Um, this card's more restrictive because it has conditions like at all, like everywhere it has conditions like uh, for the unit effect you have to be a light unit. For party effect only light units are affected, and here also light units, and here only katana users. So it's made so you equip it on Rob, but I think that even if you don't equip it on Rob, like if you want to use a light party with like Ramza Cecil and I don't know, Warrior Flight, I don't think you'd be losing out on a lot. This skill's okay, but not really that good. Um, yeah, I do think it's worth your pull if you're gonna jump on the Mono Light bandwagon. Uh, but even then, it's such a niche card. I mean, it raises attack by a lot, but and gives critical evasion. But at this point, I would rather use Ifrit on another unit and not be bound to use single element teams. Don't really like that. And that's a topic for another video, but I do think that the meta in JP is starting to get way too restrictive. You know, with all of these conditions, like I do think that restrictions sometimes bring out creativity in players, but I know that's not what I'm seeing with all the Yuna Sakura comps in JP. But yeah, I don't wanna like just ramble about this, so let's go to the next card. So this card is one that I see people sleeping on. I think it's really, really strong. So first of all, lowish HP, I think. From what I can tell, like most cards give a bit more, but even though it's like 70 HP, not worth worrying about. Okay, magic. Uh, oh, again, not the highest, but a pretty good value. 20 luck is a lot actually. I don't think there's any other card that gives 20 luck. So the unit effect, extra magic, which can only be acquired if the unit is equipping a rod. A So again, you can't use this with Ildira or Halloween Leela. Um, but it's okay, there are plenty of mages with rods in the game. So it's not that restrictive, especially because the party effect is not restrictive. If the unit is equipping, the unit also gets this skill. I don't know what's the translation for the name, but it's a pretty good, pretty high damage once you max the card, 20-60% attack, and a pretty good range. So again, maybe you want to give this to someone that doesn't have like a an attack with a huge range. But the reason why I think this card is like slept on like a lot is this. On magic attacks only, increase human killer. And from what I understand, it is not the same as magic attack plus. I mean, obviously, but magic attack plus increases magic attack, and this gives human killer to any attack that's based on magic. So for instance, you know that Trousseau does not work on Rain, on Halloween Raryu, or on Howlet, right? Well, this card would work. And why do I say this? Because based on my testing, Little Leela, not Little Leelas, I'm sorry, Salir's accessory, the Magical String, works with Rain and Halloween Raryu with their magic slash attacks. So in case you don't know again, Howlet, Rain, and Halloween Raryu have attacks that are slashing but scale off their magic. This stat. They are slashing but they don't get stronger with attack with magic. So what this does is when you're running like Howlet and Killfei or Zombie Raryu and Killfei on the same team, if you use Trousseau, only Killfei would benefit. And if you use a card like Echoing Screams, Killfei would not benefit. So what this does is that it makes it easier to run those two units together. Like Killfei and Zombie Raryu or Killfei and Halloween Raryu or whatever. So I think this is a card that if you want to run those two units together, this is really good. And it also is really good for units like if you're running Rain, because this is basic, and it's so much human killer actually. It's like 20% human killer. So I do think it's very much worth it if you're running Zombie Raryu or Howlet at all. Because like eventually you're gonna want to make a party with them and a mage, a rod wielding character. And even if you're not using them, this is another way to raise the damage for mages. Like maybe you're running a triple mage comp and you only have Ramuh and Trousseau, and I don't think there's another card that would raise their damage unless they're the same element. But I don't think you can make a team of 3 mages of the same element yet. So, and not all elements have plus their element deck. And even if they did, I think that it would be in a in one of these like these conditioned abilities. So this is still like really strong. So if you for some reason want to run a triple mage comp with no defensive party effects, this might be a good card for you. Yeah, this is probably the one I would recommend to most people. So let's move on to the next card. Please don't sleep on this one. This is also a very strong one, but a bit more niche. Okay, it gives a 158 attack, it's okay. 285 HP, pretty good. And 4 Spirit, which is decent if you're running like a Spear user and you want him or her to have like extra Spirit. The party effect has no condition, so you can like run any, like you can run slashers, you can run fist characters, or even gunners. It will give them these two benefits. But for the unit holding the card, you need them to be like dragoons or whatever, like spear users, to get this bonus. So it's a pretty okay bonus, like mediocre. I think it's 6 single target attack resistance, which is, I mean, not bad, better than nothing, but like 5% is not really a lot. And the reason to pull for this card would be this. Like, this is such a good ability for Elde and Eileen. If you have not seen Magic's video yet on this card, I will put it down in the description. I think, like, I really love that video. It demonstrates that Eileen has such a huge damage that even with a not very high modifier, she can one-shot a lot of people, and it decreases defense by a pretty good amount. And a break is not an ignore, so you can get negative defense with this. Okay? So if you run any spear user, I think this card is a good idea to pull for. And if you really like Elde and Eileen, I think this card is almost mandatory. Uh, I don't really use them. I don't even have Eileen. I I've used Elde a bit, but I'm not like a Elde main or Eileen main by any means. So I'm not really sure, but from what I could tell, like this really solves their range problem, because hitting these two tiles is so huge for them. But yeah, let's move on to the next card. We're almost finishing the video. Leviathan. This card is pretty good, but even more niche, I think. I mean, yeah, this is easier to accomplish than this and this too, but even then, like pierce resistance and like only 10% attack. I mean, if you want to run a resistance build for pierce, I think this is really good, but I'm not convinced that this is like really strong. I think I would only pull for this if you're tired of losing to Glaciala and you really want to counter her, but you still really want to use Orlando in her party. Uh, can't think of any other reason to use it. Uh, this is potentially really good if you're also still running Engelbert, but still like this pierce resistance makes it so that unless you're fighting pierce bodies, you're not gonna you're not gonna use this card. Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, this card might be good if you're still using Warrior of Light, because Engelbert doesn't really need this. Or if he gets this, he doesn't really need this. I don't know. But yeah, if you're still running Orlando and Warrior Flight, this might be a good card. But other than that, I think this is probably the worst card out of all of these. It's not that it's bad, but it's kind of really niche and a bit redundant. I think so. Uh, but it is definitely much better than the Behemoth card, in my opinion. So you might want to get this if you really want to fight spear users. So next is the card that I think is the best out of all of these. Just because of this, I'm gonna be honest. Gives good magic and Force Spirit, which is again not a lot, but definitely not negligible. Requires a staff or rod using character to equip, and gives accuracy to said units. So if you have a unit without Holy that you want to use, a mage without Holy that you want to use, this might be a good idea to give him, a good card to give him. Units that come to mind are Skull, Medina. Skull and Medina mostly actually, because a lot of mages have Holy, and the ones that don't have are units that don't equip rods. Yeah, there's no UR Green Mage, main job I think. No UR main job Time Mage I think. You can give this to what's her name, Stola, but yeah. You can give this to Killfei, but she already has a 100% hit attack, so no reason to give her extra accuracy. And Sakura, I don't know if she has Holy or not, or like any 100% hit attack. And this, I think units from this class get a 100% hit attack, so... No, this is Yuna, yeah, this is Yuna. I'm not sure if Yuna would need this accuracy bonus or not. But yeah, a bit redundant like this, but it is still really good because it gives this, lowering AoE resistance by kind of a lot actually. And well, this is kind of not really well written because you don't knock back, you knock him towards the center. So if you cast like it here, units, a unit that is here will go here, a unit that is here would go here, a unit that is here would go to the center, and there you go. It pulls towards the center of the skill. And the reason why it is so strong is because it raises agility. And it is the same as Ramses card. So if you skip Ramses card, or if you don't use it because the condition is slash attack up, uh, you can definitely get this instead. I think that this card, like, everyone should pull for, just because everyone, or almost everyone, uses one mage at least, and it gets a lot of agility. Like the whole party gets a lot of agility. But yeah, this card makes Medina even stronger in PvP, I think. I think that she has been. I think people are sleeping on Medina right now because she's really strong, at least in global. I still use her a lot. I dropped her when I got Kyofe and Miranda too. Like when I got Kyofe, I was already stopping using her, stopping to use her. But when I got Yudira, I dropped her. But when her AI update hit, like I really think she became a very strong unit at the moment. So I'm having fun using her in Arena right now. And I think this is it. Those are all the cards with a vision ability. I hope you guys found this informative. My next video is probably gonna be like a small rant on the state of JP, uh, how restrictive things are starting to look, and like the whole level 120 thing. A lot of people aren't happy with it, and like every time it gets harder and harder to like say positive things about JP. Uh, I've heard from Cabbage's video that Mayachin has been frustrated with the game because he doesn't want to put out videos before he gets the unit to level 120, and the whole Yuna meta game with all light units in the team like has been quite sad for him. So yeah, I hope that soon we get a more balanced I mean not us, they from Japan. I hope that soon people in Japan get a more balanced experience. I hope that shards get like easier to come around. And yeah, that's it. I'm gonna save the rest of my thoughts for the other video. So I hope that you guys had fun. See you guys soon. Bye bye.